These are veggie tacos with coconut lime slaw. That's what I'm making for dinner tonight. So I'm making my veggie tacos and they have the similar texture and flavor to what a meat taco would, but what I've done is I'm making it with cauliflower. So I've doubled the batch. This is 2 heads of cauliflower and I just put it into my food processor and made it into little tiny chunks. You can also use a knife. It'll take you a lot longer to try and chop it, but if you don't have a food processor, that'll work too. But I start with my onions. That's what I'm going to put in the bowl first. Again, I've doubled the recipe, so you only need about half of this. And I'm just going to take a little bit of oil to put in the bottom of my pan. And you can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil, canola oil, whatever you prefer. And I'm just using coconut oil because that's the flavor that my family prefers. And then we take our onions and put them in the hot pan. And just like when you're making a regular taco meat, you just want the onions to get soft and start to turn translucent. And then you know that they're ready. So my onions have been cooking for just a couple of minutes and now they're just about clear, so they're looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cauliflower in and then just start to mix it around. Could probably use a bigger pan about now, but it will start to cook down, so you'll see it turns out okay. All right, so while the cauliflower and onions are cooking, I'm gonna start on the slaw. And I start with pre-packaged coleslaw mix, just to make things easy. You can always shred your own cabbage and carrots, but I like to keep it easy, especially on a weeknight. And then you add your mayonnaise and coconut milk. And this is the type of coconut milk that I'm buying. I can't get it in the store, I have to buy it online, but I feel like it's worth it because the flavor is just so much richer and it tastes more like a real coconut. You can see how thick it is. I pour it into a glass jar and then keep it in the refrigerator. And it tastes so good. I even use it in my coffee too as creamer. So we just pour this in, and then your lime juice. Use 1 to 2 limes depending on your preference for how tart you want it, but it really brightens this up a bit and makes it nice and flavorful. A little sprinkle of sugar on top, and then your fresh cilantro, and I've just chopped that up, and you can put that in, along with a little salt and pepper. Nope. And you can just do the salt and pepper to taste, whatever you like. Mix this all together, and that's it, you're done. So check out this coleslaw. It's coconut, lime, and it's creamy, but then it's got that tartness from the limes. It's so refreshing on these tacos. I'm gonna put it aside for right now, and we're ready to finish up the cauliflower taco meat, so to speak. And all you do, once the cauliflower starts to get softened, you can tell it's not quite as bright white. It almost blends in with the onions. That's when you know you're about ready. And there's a little bit of browning on the bottom of the pan, which is perfectly fine too. That means you might want to turn the heat down a little, but not a real big deal. All right, so then what I do is add in my tomato paste. And I'm using 2 cans because I doubled the recipe. So normally you're just doing half of this. Now I've got all of my herbs and spices in here. There's cumin, there's paprika, there's chili powder, garlic, salt, all of that going in. And this helps to bring all the colors together too, and the flavors that you would normally expect to have when you're making tacos. All right, so check this out. It only takes about 5 minutes to get to this stage where all of the ingredients are well combined and it smells so delicious now. And it smells just like you're making taco meat. But again, it's so much healthier and so much lighter. And if you're trying to cut meat out of your diet or you're vegetarian, this is so tasty. Now, the way that I keep my taco shells from breaking is that I take a regular paper towel and I just put it in a little bit of water, wring it out so that it's not dripping. And then I put my taco shells in a pile. These are corn tortillas. I'm calling them shells, but they're corn tortillas. And I wrap it up like this and I just pop it in the microwave. in there. You just wanna make sure that they're warmed through, and that will keep them nice and soft when you start to put all your fillings in. So here it is, it's so simple. I just put the taco filling right onto my tortillas, top it with a little bit of this coconut lime coleslaw. It adds some crunch to it, it adds the creaminess, and then you've got the heartiness of the filling. These are absolutely perfect. You're gonna love it.